Way better role. Way better.
Like, love it. I'm like, ready?
Okay.
This is Haley.
And this is Bailey. You're listening to Unleashed.
Bailey, we look spooktacular.
We look...
Oh, sorry. No, we look beautiful.
Beautiful. Honestly, not being able to see anything right now is slightly a strange feeling. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm just hanging with my girlfriend.
Just hanging
My
out.
gal.
The fact that we also have no idea what this is gonna look like until we are editing is hilarious.
No.
We're just on it with our jokes today, aren't we?
I have so many Halloween puns. It's not even spooky.
Not even spooky. We were so ready with this outfit too. Our photo shoot was
Oh
so
my
fun.
gosh. Those pictures, iconic.
Honestly, some of my favorite photos.
Seriously.
And I feel like it was like the easiest photo shoot we've ever done.
I know. What does it say when we have a better time when we can't see ourselves?
Yeah, seriously. But they turned out so cool. Like, I was
cute.
so excited about them. If you haven't seen them, definitely go check them out on our pages.
This time of the year is so much fun. I heard someone, I think this is a thing. Burr months. Have you heard that? All the months that end in October, November, December.
Oh, okay. I was like, I literally
I
don't
thought
know
when I first heard it, it was like
September.
temperature based. Like,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
cold.
yeah.
Like, 'cause it's cold this time of year. At least for most places it is.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
California.
but Halloween.
It's like so hot.
Halloween,
Okay.
I actually didn't like celebrating Halloween. I mean, I did as a kid and teenager. And then once I got married, I wasn't like a huge Halloween person, but I'm starting to become a Halloween person again. I mean, do you consider yourself a Halloween person?
I feel like I was a really big Halloween person actually because my neighborhood that I grew up in was always like so fun and I love dressing up. And then I feel like I did go through a little phase where I was like, it wasn't as big
Yeah.
a deal, I guess, because there was like no little kids around. Like when my little cousins used to live here, I think that made it fun too.
Oh, yeah.
Even
Kids
like
make it
in
the
my
best.
teenage years, like. And now I like really enjoy it just for like even our photo shoot. That was so fun to do something different and fun and kind of pushed us to do that and decorating and all those things and the pumpkin spice latte.
I love the cute Halloween. I'm not into like the spooky, scary Halloween.
Yeah. I actually used to be more into the spooky Halloween than I am now, which is so funny because I'm such a scaredy cat, and I will straight up admit that. Like, if anyone asks if I'm scared, I'm like, yep, I'm scared of the dark. I don't.
That was one of the
anywhere
first
alone.
things we
like,
bonded over was being scared of the dark. Like, I don't feel like a lot.
That was our first podcast.
Yes, that was
Like,
it was
little
like
short
5 minutes. Yeah, it was
clip.
like a little
Like,
blur of just Halloween.
And we were like, wait, we need to do this.
That was
more.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because it's just those little things that just kind of sparked it. I remember I was talking to you about going to like haunted houses and you were like, do you want to try Universal's Horror Nights? That's what it is? I was like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun. And then you're like, you might want to look at it first before we talk about going. And I was like, okay. Here I'm thinking it's like this cute, like, I don't know, Charlie Brown Halloween.
No.
No, it's like Paranormal Activity.
Terrifying, like chasing you.
Yes, it looks
It's so scary.
horrible. Like people
Yeah.
actually pay money to go and like be scared.
I literally used to go like every year in high school, and I would always go when I like had a crush on somebody
Yes.
or it was like fun, and you got to hold their hand and be like, I'm so scared.
I'm so scared.
And now I'm like, I'm scared. Can we just like hang out at home and hold hands? Because that sounds terrifying. When you live with someone,
Yes.
it's a whole different story.
exactly.
I don't need to go to Halloween Horror Nights to hold hands.
I remember the exact moment when that shifted for Bryce and I from the let's go to a haunted house to hey, you want to watch Casper? like let's not actually be scared right now. I remember we started Insidious, which is a freakishly terrifying movie. It is horrible. Anyway, we started it, and the intro music is just ugh. And then I looked over and I'm like, I really don't actually want to watch this. Do you want to watch
"No,
Casper?
thanks."
And he's like, please, I hate scary movies. I'm like, me too, okay.
You're like, oh my gosh, I've just been putting on a show.
Yes,
this whole
dude, that's
time
what it's
so we can hold hands and cuddle.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, oh my gosh, why do people do these things?
Don't do scary. And Evan literally, if like anybody puts something scary, he's like, don't do that. Bailey will have nightmares and like it's not worth it. And I'm like, good point. Because sometimes I'll get into something like, even if it's scary in a different way, like a murder show or something where like I really get like sucked in just more of like, what's the storyline? What's happening? We actually talked about this like a year ago. There was some like case going on with a podcast and you dove really deep into it. And Bryce was like, what are you doing? You're freaking yourself out. And then Evan was like, Bailey, stop. Because the second you start looking at that stuff on social media too, I feel like that's everything.
It's like
and then you're like literally in your head. We're in our like my guest house right now, my family's house, and I could not even walk from here to like It's literally like 10 steps to the house because I was so terrified.
No,
that
I
something was gonna
remember
happen. And we live in a gated community. It's not like I was like,
Yeah.
what are you scared of? I was like, I don't know, the dark.
The dark. You
Five
know what's in the
steps.
dark? But
Yeah,
on top of
you
that,
can't
like
see.
basements. I hated
Yeah.
being the last one walking upstairs from a basement when the lights were off. I would book it. I would beeline it up. I'm like, I do not do this. No freaking way. I actually know that like watching scary movies, yeah, in the moment watching it is really scary and suspenseful, but it was the after
The
effects.
after. The
Yes,
after
the
is
after
so
part.
the worst.
It's like you're laying in bed and you can't fall asleep, and then all these like obvious like horror thoughts pop in your head,
Yeah.
and they're like, and then it just goes downhill from there.
Yeah. I want to know if you're listening to this podcast, like, do you enjoy scary stuff or are you not a
And
scary
what kind of
person?
scary stuff? Like,
Yeah, because people enjoy, like, there's people that listen to murder podcasts all the time. Like, they love that.
And they're not
There's,
even
all
phased.
those podcasts, they're not phased and it doesn't bother them. Where I, like, literally, I remember I went with my high school boyfriend to this movie and literally with like all his friends. Like, you wouldn't think I would like power through. I literally sat with my hands over my eyes and left 5 minutes in and literally called my mom and was like, I need to stay on the phone with you until I get home. I feel like someone's in my backseat. And then from that point on, my mom was like, you are never allowed to go to a scary
it's
movie again because
awful.
you freak yourself out so much.
It's
But some
true.
people can do that and be totally fine.
Ew, what a horrible feeling to have to like leaving. Like, I like to, I'm not a huge movie person, but if I watch a movie, I want to feel good. I don't want to feel like spooked after. And like I don't know, it's good. Movies are great for escaping reality, in my opinion.
And like they like stay in my head for so long. There was this movie, I didn't even watch the whole thing. I was at somebody's house and again left. And all I remember was it was a little girl in a house and it's gonna freak us out now. There's a little girl in a house and somebody was in her house trying to like get her. And then have you seen this? No. And oh my god, it was so freaky. I didn't even watch it. I don't even know what happened in the movie, but I like
That's
in my
like in
head,
your head. That's
and
how it is
she
with me
called
when the stranger
911,
calls.
and she was on the phone, and she was like, "I'm under the bed, like I'm hiding." She was like a little girl, and then the guy was about to leave, but the phone got disconnected or something like that. So like the 911 person called
The call.
back,
I've seen this
and
with
she
Halle Berry.
answered, and then he found
Yes, and then he
her.
took her. And
Yeah.
she like was supposed to
I
like
didn't-
make her look like her flip flops were down on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And he
that's the
thought
call.
so, and then
I've
so
seen that whole
freaky
movie. I'm glad you didn't
in
finish it.
my head for literally like just that one part. Like that's all I watched. And that still sticks
Yeah,
with me.
that's
like,
how it is with me in the movie When a Stranger Calls. It was a girl babysitting in a mountain house, and she kept getting this call from this man that said, "Have you checked the children?"
Oh, my mom.
I literally just got goosebumps.
No,
I can't get into
we're
this.
gonna walk away from this room. We're gonna sleep.
Yeah,
tonight.
no, let's not.
We're gonna talk about too
anyway,
much scary stuff.
happiness of Halloween. We'll
Yeah,
talk
because
about
I'm here
ghost
for the
pictures
cute
again.
little like ghost
Freaking ourselves
pictures,
out.
and but like it's actually funny because somebody today asked me something. They're like, "Oh, do you sleep in your guest house?" It's like, "Do you sleep in your guest house when Evan's gone?" I was like, "Nope." And she was like, "Oh," I was like, "I'm a baby. Should go." Sorry. I was like, "Oh no, I own it. I am totally fine saying that I'm."
So what's the difference between sleeping in the guest house versus sleeping in your RV?
I'll have to run from in the dark if I need to get in the house. In the side room, in my house.
But the RV is not.
Oh yeah, but Evan and I sleep in that, or like Evan and I sleep out
Oh,
here.
so
But
it's
when-
like not
but
alone.
like when Evan, like I can't sleep alone.
Oh no,
Like,
I would not do that.
in Nashville, we just went to Nashville, and Evan went to Rhode Island for 2 days, and then he flew there. And I literally had the hardest time sleeping because I was like, I'm so used to having somebody in my bed.
It's like a
Like-
weird feeling not having someone there
Yeah.
when you're used to it.
Yeah,
Totally get it.
it's like I'm so used to just knowing that somebody's like near. So when he's not here, I'll go in the house just knowing people are in the house. Like my parents are in the house. It's not like I'm sleeping. I'm in my room, but I know like, oh, there's other people in the house kind of thing.
No, I totally get that. It's such a weird feeling. You feel like naked.
I just hear noises like I know are not noises, and then I'm up and I'm like, I wish I didn't. Wish I was like, oh, I can just watch this.
know.
It's so easy. It's like,
And when you're a kid, you're so innocent. Like one of my favorite movies is Charlie Brown Halloween. It's
I want to watch
only
it. I haven't watched it in
26
so
minutes.
long. That's
it's
so
so cute. I watch it every Halloween. It's so fun, and it's just like you don't feel like crap after.
You know what I watch every fall is Gilmore Girls. I feel like
I
can't
saw you say something about
Wait,
that,
you
and I was
didn't-
like, Bailey hasn't seen Gilmore Girls. That is so not her show. And then you're like, I watch it every year. I'm like, what?
I watch
I've
it
never
every
seen
year.
Gilmore Girls.
What?
I know. Wait, revolt.
I feel like
reverse-
you would like this show.
roles have reversed right now.
Wait, I feel like you would actually like it. There's like nothing scary about it. It's
Yeah, my
super
sister
cute.
loves it.
Like mother-daughter relation. I literally watch it every single year.
Why is it this time of year that you?
Because it's like a fall-y vibey. I don't know. I feel like it's such a thing. Like it's like when fall starts, I start it and I watch it throughout like fall.
I did
It's a
not
lot. Like,
depict,
there's a lot
or
of-
you don't seem like a Gilmore Girls person, so I'm
I was saying on my stories one day, I was saying Gilmore Girls, and I was like, why can't I not say this? Like every time I say it, I feel like I say it wrong. It's not, but it feels weird.
it just sounds wrong. It's like you just say it too much too. It just
Yeah.
doesn't help.
But it's such a cute show. Watch it.
Have you guys seen Gilmore
I started
Girls?
it last
Is that a
night.
show?
I
Is
mean,
there
I
a
watched
show
an
or
episode.
time or movies that like just kind of rings in the Halloween fall vibes for
Yeah.
the year?
That is such a good one to start. You should start it.
Okay, Gilmore
I
Girls.
literally
Is
started
it on
watching
Netflix?
Yeah.
Easy.
And it's an easy watch.
And I
It's
know I
like-
can't get Bryce to watch that with me, so I can feel like I can.
No, it's nice. That's some of the shows Evan could watch it with me, and like he totally would. But it's like something I could watch, and we really like watching our shows together. If he's training
not with
somewhere
you.
and I'm doing something, it's a nice show I think too to throw on. And since I've watched it so many times, if I need to get something done, I can put it on. But I'm really bad at like doing that with any show that I don't know. Like I can do that with Friends and that show, and that's probably like
That
it.
is that. Yeah, I love those kind of shows. I'm mainly with movies. Like a go-to fall movie for me right now, or Halloween. It's not really Halloween. Is You've Got Mail. It's a classic with Tom Hanks and
I haven't seen it. I don't think
it's an older. I had just saw it for the first time a couple years ago. And Meg Ryan. It's a cute one. Fall is such a great time of the year, and Halloween, and just all of this because there's so much. I feel like there's everybody's like love that refresh seasonal change. It comes with so many fun things. You got the sweaters, you got the corn mazes, you got the pumpkins. I mean, pumpkin spice. I mean, do you prefer pumpkin spice, apple cider, or do you not like either?
I don't really do much of that.
No,
I
every
kinda
time
wanna
I
try
talk about
it.
pumpkin spice, you just kind of like,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
like, I like pumpkin pie. But I feel like an apple pie. Ooh,
I love apple pie.
But I don't really do the drinks. I feel like they're so sweet or something. I don't know. I just like really enjoy like my drinks, I think. So like in the morning when I'm getting my coffee, I'm like, I'm not gonna mess it up by getting that. Like I know what I like. Maybe
have
I
a
should start
rhythm.
trying them more. Like tomorrow we're gonna go get coffee.
And I was
I'm
like,
gonna be
do they do
you're-
seasonal drinks?
and I'm like, yeah, I could try it, but like, what if I don't like it? And then that's my morning coffee.
Okay, I'll get it, and then you can try a sip of mine,
That's a good
and
idea.
then
That's a good idea. You were saying like fall is such a fun time, and I think that's actually like, if you think about it, at least for me, it's like any time of year is kind of like that when you change seasons. It kind of gives you a time when you go winter to spring or whatever. It's always the like, oh, new outfits, new
yes,
shows.
it's like
new-
a fresh.
I guess
spring
summer's a
cleaning.
little different, but still, like I feel like there's not maybe as many shows. I don't know. I don't usually watch a show every summer, at least, but
The summer I
feel
turned
like-
pretty.
yeah, we can start watching. That.
Oh, that's what I was telling Bryce. This time of year, there's so many new shows too that come out.
Oh my goodness, I have Virgin Rivers, the morning show.
You paused. I have
That's
so
the
many
thing.
shows. I have Virgin River. That's it.
The morning show, The Summer I Turned Pretty, Gilmore Girls. There's more. Wait, there's
There's
so many
more.
more. Oh, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Yeah, the new season of Kardashians. You have the new season of Love Is Blind. You have
Suits. We're watching right
you
now.
have the new season of
This isn't even all
what's
new,
the
but this is what we're
show?
watching.
Oh, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City just came out. I know you don't watch that, but that's just something Bryce and I watch.
There's just so
Yeah,
many
there's
shows.
just like literally, so many
Literally,
shows.
I was like, Evan and I, every night when we're watching a show, we'll be like, oh, we're so excited for a show. Like, we can't wait to lay down. Like, and then the last like week, we've been like, oh, we're so excited to lay down. And we're both like, what are we watching?
Yeah, we have so
I'm
many
like,
choices.
I'm like, we like Lincoln Lawyer. We would usually watch like right when it came out, but we were so into Suits. We were like, there's 9 seasons of Suits. I was like, we have to pause and watch it because then people are gonna spoil it. So we have to watch it
Yeah.
before. So we kind of had to take a pause, and then like right now we've kind of taken a pause, and then we're doing The Summer I Turned Pretty, and then we have so many. It's fun, but like midsummer we were like, what do we watch? We can't find anything good, and now we're like, we have too many shows.
There's way too many. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that's the best thing about it is that because you're inside, the weather's turning, and then you just like want to just snuggle up. I mean, one of my favorite things to do is build a fall fort with Bryce, and then we'll watch like the Halloween cooking bake-off shows or something like that. We'll get like Chick-fil-A, and then we'll just
Actually funny now that you're like talking about that. I feel like you did something like
I
that
did.
last year. I like don't really have seasons right now. I feel like I don't know how to say that. And, like, but like we're going to Florida where it's hot. We're gonna be. I mean, obviously it's like a little cooler. But even when we were there last year, like it felt like summer the whole time we were there, and we left like October, and we were there through
March.
March. So like we kind of missed in a way,
Yeah,
like winter. Like we went to see my parents in Nashville for like a
that's
week.
fun. That's a great place.
But I feel like it's so different versus like
I never thought
not that
about
we
that
get
for
many
people who live in
seasons
like the
here,
more tropical
but-
places.
yeah.
I wonder what their version of like fall things would be.
Or even like Christmas. Have you seen like Christmas in Hawaii? Is so different. Like it's
Oh
all
yeah,
beach
well that's how
themed
it was
and, like-
Bryce and I when we moved here from Idaho. I mean,
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's
get all
like,
4
here we-
seasons there.
yeah.
I mean, when you move to California in certain areas,
Yeah, it's not like we get many.
yeah,
here
palm
anyways.
trees. I was like, a palm tree at Christmas, that's not Christmas. But now I'm like,
Yeah.
that is the best Christmas.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Bryce loves
I
snow,
feel like
but I'm like, I like
I
warm.
do too. Yeah, I guess I like visiting snow.
Yeah, I like
but-
snow like anytime from up to Christmas. And then
Yeah.
anytime after
After
that, I'm
that,
like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, well, I used to go like snowboarding for my birthday, so then I think like after my birthday, then I'd be like, okay,
I'm not surprised
My
you're a
birthday's in-
snowboarder.
yeah, the beginning. Why?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I'm not surprised. I don't know. You seem like a border. Border people
Yeah.
are chill.
Chill.
They're pretty chill. I feel like ski people are pretty. They like things done a certain way.
I used to ski it when I was little, and then I
I
switched
feel
to
like ski
snowboarding.
people are just like they have their ducks in a row, kind of a thing, and just like snowboarders are casual, go with the flow. Like, hey, what's going on? I'm like, yeah, let's go snowboarding. Like, what else? Ski people are like, yeah, I've got moguls to do. I want to do this run. I got to hit all this. Like, I don't know. This is a vibe. Yeah, I could be
Just
wrong.
different vibes.
Are you boarders or skiers? Comment.
Another question.
Yeah, we have so many questions for you guys.
I do. Do you like? I feel like you're gonna say no to this. I don't know why. Do you like carving pumpkins? I feel like the insides of pumpkins gross you out.
I
just feel
will
like-
full on get like elbows
Oh,
deep in it.
you're fine
yeah,
with it?
I'm totally fine with it.
Wow, I
I've
wouldn't have
never
guessed that.
painted a pumpkin though.
That's my favorite.
I've never
Honestly,
tried it, and
painting
I'm
is
like,
so
that's
fun.
brilliant.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I've never.
Yeah.
I used to be grossed out by the pumpkin seeds and guts and goos under my
Yeah.
fingernails because they get stuck, and then my fingers would turn orange.
Oh yeah.
and now
yeah.
I'm like, I don't like that.
when you paint them, you don't have to do
yeah,
that.
but with
so
painting, it's
that's
just
nice.
like all you have is paint.
Painting turns out cuter too.
Yeah,
Kind
you gotta customize it more, and then it doesn't
Yeah.
rot. At least not
Yeah.
as fast.
Yeah.
Have you seen the ones that they do with the chickens where they'll carve out like just a little section of it and then they'll feed it to chickens and they'll like carve out those?
Oh
with
no, I
their
haven't seen that.
beaks?
You have to show me.
It's a real. I'll have
Uh-uh.
to show you. We'll have to
Yeah,
tell
that
people
sounds
about
cool.
it. There's so many different.
Halloween is so fun though. There's so many different things. I think if you look at the holidays, this is like a time
Yeah.
to just like decorate and have fun and get into it and do those little things. I think it makes holidays so different.
Now costumes.
Do I dress up? Is that what you're
Yeah.
gonna-
Do you dress up for Halloween?
Yeah, for sure. Did you see my? I still love it. What was I? Maleficent. Maleficent.
Classic.
Maleficent.
I was one of
That
the.
was
I remember when I first saw that one. It was one of the first like posts I'd seen from you when we were like started following each other, and I was like, "Wow, that is a elaborate costume."
That was so fun. I post every year. I'm like, this is just so
That was,
fun. I
that
have
was,
to.
and I love how Hudson had like his little.
He was so cute. I was like, I can't beat this. I mean, I can, but like, also we've been so busy the last like 2
You're not
years
home.
during the like Halloween. We haven't really had the chance to like dress up. So like, I always look back to them. I'm like, okay, next year
Next year.
after the Olympics, then I'll dress up again.
Yes, we.
I did dress up this year as a ghost with you.
like that was my costume.
That was my costume for sure.
I know it's funny. I always tell Bryce, he's like, "So what are we doing this year?" I'm like, "Well, the years prior, I wouldn't come up with an idea until like the day before Halloween, and I would just pull something out of what we had. Like we were farmers one year, and then another year we used our same Halloween costumes like 3 years in a row. And I was like, all right, we gotta step up our game. So we did Monsters Inc. one time, and Olive was Boo, and then I was Mike, and then Bryce was Sully, and then last year it was 13 going on 30, and Olive was the cover of Poise magazine.
Oh yeah, that was so
Yeah,
cute. I
it
loved
was
that
pretty
one.
fun.
It's so fun. We the year I did Maleficent, if I'm saying that right. I did like so many costumes. I like
Oh yeah, you had a cowgirl, right?
yeah, I had a cowgirl
So-
and cowboy. I had that. I don't know. I would have to like honestly look. Oh, we did ghosts. Like Hudson was a
That's
ghost.
so cute.
And I just did like a week of different costumes, which was so fun. I just
So
haven't
fun
had
dressing
the
up. I still
time
think
the
it would be
last 2
hilarious
years,
for us
'cause
to
we're not
dress
home.
up like Monica and Rachel from
We need to
Friends.
do that.
But
We
the
need to do
the young versions of them when Monica's fat.
Yeah.
And Rachel's
so
hair is
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, the vision in my head is hilarious.
That would be so good because that's so like we always refer back to Friends.
That is the foundation of Unleashed. Like
Literally.
when we want to quote something, it's always Friends. And I feel like a lot of people
Always.
can get that too. It's such a
Yeah,
classic.
I feel like so many people.
That's a fun fall time of year show too.
yeah, that is.
I think it's year round. I watch it year round.
I watch it literally year round, but I've seen every episode so many times.
Yes, and that's one of the ones with this time of year that what was it that they dressed up where Ross wasn't he a Spudnik? He was a Spudnik, and
I
then
remember that.
Joey, who was a potato? Wasn't someone a potato? I don't remember.
Wasn't that him? And they kept calling him Potato, and he was like, "No."
Oh
I'm not."
yeah, he was a Spudnik. That's what
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. Those kinds of things. I think it's so funny. I love seeing how creative people can get with costumes. I mean, literally, especially when they involve like spouses or their pets or children,
Yeah.
families. I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen.
I love when like a family does like all extend. Like, have you seen where it's like the grandparents and the
Oh,
parents
like
and
the
the baby and
whole
the
entire
dog, and like you do
ensemble.
a whole theme? Like, that sounds so fun.
Literally.
Like, when I have kids, I hope I can convince everyone to.
I know my sister
on
was like,
board.
I don't know how long this is gonna last, but I'm gonna keep riding this wave for as long as I can.
Yeah.
They did The Incredibles one year. I thought that was pretty
that's
cute. And then
cute.
they also
That's
did
super
M&M's.
Oh, that's
Which is
cute.
easy.
Yeah,
Just
it's so
have on my
fun.
shirt.
This was such a fun podcast to do. I feel like it was just like a light, fun one to talk about with Halloween and the holidays. And I literally where we started a year ago with a Halloween themed podcast, and we do like we've done a Christmas podcast, and we try
I
and
did
do
New Year's podcast.
yeah, New Year's. We try and do a themed podcast during
The holidays.
during the holidays.
Yeah.
So
I mean-
definitely something we'll keep up because it's just fun to have
Yeah.
this in there and kind of see different traditions and how people do things. And
It's so fun, especially as the end of the year comes, because you have so many different types of holidays and different types
Yeah.
of traditions. It's fun to
and
incorporate.
you can get different traditions from like listening to the podcast or me and you talking and learning different things. And I think that's so fun.
I love it. Well, happy Halloween, guys.
Happy
Stay
Halloween.
spooky.
Stay spooky. Boo.
Boo.